Thank you to Tipsy for sponsoring today's video. More on that in a little bit. Let's talk about some gimbals. These are 5 creative gimbal shots you can get with your DJI OM5 gimbal. So we're gonna go from easiest to hardest. At least that's how I see these shots. And I'll give you guys a quick breakdown on how to get each of these shots with your OM5. The first one is the crane shot, and it's very simple. All you do is, oh God. Unfold your gimbal properly without breaking it. Pull out your extension rod, and basically all you're gonna do is go from low to high or high to low using your arm and the extension rod, and your subject will be either going away from camera or toward the camera. It's helpful to see some of the ground in the foreground of the shot so you can get some perspective and understand that the camera is actually moving, or you can put something in the foreground of the shot as well so you can see that motion exaggerated. This is really cool because it just kind of mimics a big Hollywood crane shot that you wouldn't be able to get unless you had a ton of money or a huge production. So it's cool that you can get something kind of similar with a simple tool like the OM5. I'm calling the second one the extended parallax, which sounds very pretentious. So if you want something similar, we could just call it the spinny cool shot. Basically, this is another one just utilizing the extension rod inside of this gimbal, which is what makes it more unique than other gimbals on the market for smartphones. It's a very simple concept. You just extend your gimbal and you can either start low or high and slowly circle around your subject while keeping the subject relatively centered in the frame. Me and my buddy Matt were just playing some VR and thought this would be a cool looking shot because you can kind of see a top-down perspective and then get really low at the end of your spin around and get a low to high perspective after that. And you can make this look very dynamic and very fast, or you can keep things really slow and smooth if you're going for more of a cinematic style shot for your project. Now, this next one is extremely popular in both YouTube videos and Hollywood movies. It's called the Hitchcock shot.
What the hell, Hitchcock? No!
And yes, I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and if you haven't watched it, you definitely should.
It's happening again.
This one is actually way easier than you might think. Basically, all you do is you either move forward toward your subject or backward away from your subject, and then you zoom in the opposite direction. So my buddy Matt had the gimbal and he decided to shoot this cool looking building, and he slowly pulled back, and we had a tree in the foreground so you could see the motion of the camera a little bit more exaggerated, just to kind of show off what we're doing. And as he physically moved the gimbal backwards, I keyframed a zoom forwards in Premiere. Now you can also use the little zoom function on this gimbal. It's kind of hard to see, there you go. This little zoom rocker right here to go in and out. But what I noticed is that it wasn't as smooth and gradual as I hoped it was. Whereas in Premiere or whatever editor you're using, you can make that zoom as slow or fast as you want. So it's all up to you, but I found it easiest to just do the gimbal move in real life, obviously, and then do the zoom in the opposite direction in my editor. Shot number 4 is the POV fake. We've all seen POV drones and how they kind of hover and the horizon tilts and shifts as the drone is moving. Nice approach! It looks super cool, but not all of us can afford to have a POV drone laying around, or maybe you're not allowed to fly a drone in the particular area that you want to capture, so we can fake it with the OM5. All you gotta do is open up the DJI Mimo app, go into your settings and change it to FPV. Then as you tilt your gimbal down, left, and right, the horizon will follow it just like an FPV drone. And because this gimbal is so smooth, you can either take off running and get some cool FPV shots of whatever you want to film, or if you have a cool friend with like rollerblades or even a skateboard, you can give the gimbal to your friend and they can get a bunch of cool shots and make it look way cooler because you get faster motion, it looks super smooth on a big longboard, and you can actually get some shots that look like you're flying an FPV drone low to the ground, but you don't have to pay all that ding-dang money for an FPV drone. Not all of us can do that, okay? Thank you so much to Tipsy for sponsoring today's video, and make sure to watch this ad if you're a true homie of this channel. Support it. So today we're talking about sake. I'm very new to it, but thanks to Tipsy, I've learned that it is a delicious Japanese beverage, and it can be served at a variety of temperatures and they'll let you know the ideal temperature on the back of each bottle. Tipsy is trying to make sake more well-known in other countries, so they have this awesome new subscription service called the Sake Box. It comes with 6 mini bottles of a variety of sake flavors. It's even neatly packaged and comes with recipe ideas you can cook using sake. Wow, heck yes, heck yes. Out of the 6 flavors that I got, my favorite was definitely the Drunken Whale, mostly because the whale was super cute, but also it was delicious. So whether you're watching Netflix alone, playing some Halo with the boys, or even watching some creepy shows with your significant other, sake can add some fun into the mix, and Tipsy is your one-stop shop. So make sure to use the top link in the description to order your very own sake box and use code KINOTIKA to get a discount on your order. Hey, if you want to support the channel, if you want to support me, you got to support our sponsors. It really does mean a lot. It helps me a lot because I can like buy food to eat. Also, please make sure to drink responsibly and drink only if you are of age. I've always wanted to say that in a YouTube video and do it for work, so I'm honored to be here. Thank you guys. Okay, back to neat gimbal moves. And then our final shot, shot number 5, I'm just gonna call it the in and out. This one was the absolute hardest to achieve. I would definitely say it's the most advanced of all these shots, but it can look really cool depending on the situation and how much time you put into it. Basically, all you do, pull out your extension rod, like we all know how to do, and then there's this little hinge on here where you can tilt the camera upward like this, so you can make your camera basically parallel to the ground, which is very neat. Sorry for bumping you, buddy. So we had my buddy Matt in the back seat of his car, and he started by holding the phone out of the driver's seat window. Then he slowly pulled the phone through the car. I took it from the passenger window as our subject was getting into the car, and then I pulled it through the passenger window, and my buddy took off in the car, and I was able to rotate the phone around and catch him driving away. Oh yeah, we got it. The shot that I got was very basic, but it still looked pretty cool in my opinion. But imagine all the different cool angles you could get. You know, our phones are so tiny and this gimbal is relatively compact. So you could put your phone in anything that it could fit in, obviously, and then do a cool in and out shot where you pull it to reveal something.
Whatever you want. You can get creative with it.
And I really feel that this extension rod in the OM5 is what separates this gimbal from all the other smartphone gimbals out there. You basically get a built-in monopod so you can get all these different shots, which is fun and spices up our videos and just makes shooting a good time. So why not experiment with it? Guys, make sure to like this video because today and today only, 1 like equals 1 DJI OM5 with a 20-foot extension rod. Subscribe to become a subscriber and join the Discord server below for free. We're almost 400 members strong and there's a bunch of cool camera friends in there just waiting to hang out with you. Check the links in the description for really cool stuff like my Instagram, my merch. I have Fuji Juice hats, Cranon hats, and other cool stuff. And that's about it. Thank you so much for watching this video and sticking around. Appreciate it very much. Make sure to text me when you get home so I know you're safe. I've been thinking about you. Hopefully you're doing well, and I'll see you in the next one.